Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. So there's some Anthony Joshua news. Anthony Joshua was interviewed by, it might have been Ring Magazine. It might have been one of the other big channels. I can't remember now. And he was at an airport and he was being interviewed about future plans for him. And he said that Fury is on his mind. He seems in a relaxed and happy place. He was asked about Usyk, Dubois, and interestingly, he said he didn't want to talk about it. He said it was none of his business. He was just, going to watch the fight and let the best man win and all that sort of stuff. So, very politically correct, I suppose. Because, if Anthony Joshua comes out and says, oh, I'm Team Usyk all the way, which is what he said, or words to that effect, when Usyk was fighting Fury, he runs the risk of alienating British fans. Likewise, I suspect that he is not super enthused about the idea of endorsing Daniel Dubois for a couple of reasons. Probably he's a little irritated that Daniel Dubois turned him into a meme at Wembley Stadium. And I think that Anthony Joshua also has a relationship of professional respect, maybe, could we call it friendship? Maybe, with Alexander Usyk, with whom he, of course, shared the ring on 2 occasions, losing once by unanimous decision, and second time by split decision. Though I think all of us who watched the fights recognize that AJ was clearly beaten on both occasions. I like AJ. It's hard for me to describe myself as a fan, to be perfectly honest, of anybody. But yes, I like AJ. So, loose language, I'm a fan of AJ. But he was beaten, and clearly beaten, by Alexander Usyk on 2 occasions. He was outboxed. Simple as. The other Anthony Joshua news, which is of probably greater interest, is that apparently he's going to have surgery on an elbow injury. Now, elbow injuries, of course, are not unheard of amongst boxers. Not unheard of amongst golfers, not unheard of amongst tennis players. It's one of those joints that kind of wears out. It's the good Lord built us, and he built us very well, but things do wear down. Repetitive injury, right? Repetitive exercise and all that sort of stuff. And Eddie Hearn had alluded to there being an injury. He said initially it was a niggle, and then he expanded upon it and said it was something that was preventing Anthony Joshua from properly throwing a punch, where you can imagine how many hundreds of thousands of times Anthony Joshua has done that movement. Who knows, right? He's been boxing for now a long time. All the training, all the practicing, all the fights, all the sparring, Basically, it's worn out. So he's going to have some surgery, which, touch wood, the surgery will be fine. But it's going to keep him out of the gym for approximately 6 to 8 weeks. So let's say 2 months' time, he'll be able to get back into the gym. So what are we now? We're at early May, early June, early July. Let's allow a bit of wiggle room, because I don't know exactly when the surgery is. He's probably not on a National Health System waiting list. He's likely to be able to afford to have this done privately, one would think. And let's say mid-July he can get back in, doing a little bit of exercise and whatnot. Would Anthony Joshua be able to fight in the fall or autumn? You would think that maybe he could have a run out. Tyson Fury, as we know, is back in the gym with Sugar Hill Stewart. Would Tyson Fury have a run out? Possibly. Is it possible, do you think, that all being well, that we could see a December Riyadh season, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, whichever way you want to put it. I don't give a rat's rear end who's the A side, but I'm sure that a lot of people do. Do you think we could see those guys at a Riyadh season event in Riyadh close to Christmas, like December the 23rd or 21st or something like that? Maybe. I think what it does say is that if they are going to fight in 2025, you probably wouldn't see a Wembley Stadium. I don't know. Maybe you would. I'm thinking it's more likely to be Riyadh. If they fight, if anybody cares. I think people still do care. And of course, the promotional marketing machine of Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn combined would try and gen up a lot of interest. You know, we would be told that this was the greatest British fight since whenever the last greatest British fight was, you know. Lennox Lewis, Frank Bruno, I don't know. They'll come up with something, right? The sales and marketing team of these two guys will have us believe that this is, you know, Paris and Achilles or something like that, right? Anyhow, it'll put a period at the end of a sentence, one way or the other, even though it's old bacon that's past its sell-by date. No doubt there's money to be made. So hopefully it all works out vis-a-vis Anthony Joshua's injury. Hopefully we see him in the ring again. The longer he's out, of course, I think the less people get sort of, you know, people begin to forget about him, as indeed people begin to forget about Fury. Okay, that's all I've got. Please like, please share, please subscribe, keep the comments coming, and hopefully everybody enjoys the banter that Jamie and I had today and that Andy and I had today. That was a lot of fun. I certainly enjoyed it, and hopefully you all did as well. Thanks very much for watching. I honestly appreciate your time as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. That's all. Thank you. Bye-bye.